there, welcome back to my channel, Superb Ventures with Nathan. Are you ready for some extraordinary tips that will change your life and your study habits to be able to achieve straight A's in school? Then let's get started. Come join me. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Before this video, so please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share my videos. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at Superb Ventures with Nathan, so you can get real-time updates. I really do post more there than I do on YouTube, so make sure you follow me there if you haven't already. Today, I'm going to talk about some of the study habits, some great study habits that you can do to really achieve straight A's. I think, straight A's is not that, it's still very hard to achieve, but, with some time and effort, you're going to be able to get it. So I'm going to give you guys some tips right now, and hopefully it will get you to where you need. So first thing is study over time and not really just cramming. So don't just study right before you have a test, but really over the duration of time. And maybe for math or science, maybe every time you finish every lesson, you should, not just review, but start doing practice quizzes. Really study and put in at that time, and don't wait until the last second to cram everything in, because you're going to be very stressed. You're going to have other classes you need to focus on. You might have assessments and you're going to slack those classes. So you really don't want to stress yourself out. So make sure you're not falling behind on this course, and that you're pacing yourself and not leaving it to the very last minute to study. The other thing is use active, learning techniques to help you study. So instead of, like when you're taking notes during class, which is great for, keeping yourself organized right before an exam, just going straight back, just summarize your notes. And you don't have to, write word for word, of course, translate to what you'll understand, because even I try to summarize my notes as well, but I would write word for word, and then I would get kind of mixed up with some words I don't understand, and then later having to, search up, find the definition, of course. So sometimes, you want to take notes to the best of your ability, of course, take notes in class, following along with your teacher, but you also want to be able to not just notes and memorizing, but really understand to summarize it maybe at the end of the note if you have a space, write a small section, just recalling what you learned, using some techniques your teacher taught you. All in that, that Google, search it online if you don't know. So another thing is don't just memorize, but focus on, digging deeper and understanding the subject and just memorizing. It'll save you a lot of time, and will help you, and it's definitely benefit you, because you just memories. So make sure you're not just that really take you best. Everyone is different, so you really want to find a study method that you like best and just stick with it, and don't just jump around. Yes, of course, in the beginning, that's normal, but try to alter it, and really at the end, I'm not that you like to stick to it. So, I definitely know myself growing up, it was definitely talent for that. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 3, because part 3 is where things really start getting heated up. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.